Good morning, beautiful people in my phone. Welcome to Car Conversations, where we talk all things faith, freedom, football, etc. My name is Jocelyn Carr. It's a gorgeous Sunday morning. Gorgeous Sunday morning to you. I pray you are well and that you have had a great week. I got something to talk about this morning. But before I get into this, I just want to share this very practical tip that I have known about for decades, used to implement faithfully at least a decade ago. And all of a sudden, it just circled back around to me, and it's a meal prep hack, okay? As, I'm trying to eat better as we get older. We like what we like, all right? Let's just call it what it is. We like what we like. But trying to make small changes, right? Small tweaks lead to giant peaks. And I'm trying to just make smaller changes. So I thought of this meal prep. I saw it, and it reminded me, I used to do that once upon a time. I used to do that. So it's the egg muffins, right? Have you done that before? I took like 2 whole eggs and about 2 cups of egg whites, okay? Liquid egg whites. Beat them together, chopped up some spinach, some peppers, some mushrooms, filled up a dozen, in the whole muffin pan, filled them up and topped them with the little shredded cheese. That's a great high protein, healthy breakfast, quick on the run hack. I made them yesterday morning. So this morning I was able to just pop a couple in the microwave and eat them in the car. Great hack. Great hack. So there you go. A little nutritional tip for anyone else that's struggling. The other thing is, I had a cup of mixed berries. So like blueberries, raspberries, strawberries, blackberries. Y'all, that helps women. That helps regulate our hormones to have a cup of mixed berries at the start of the day. So I don't know, I just feel really good. Like, that's a really good, wholesome breakfast. I don't feel sluggish because I didn't have any carb, really just the carbs from the veggies, no starches. I feel really good. So that's where I'm coming from this morning. That's the place where I am. Here's what I want to say regarding sports. And I said there was not a whole lot going on, but I don't typically talk recruiting. But I want to publicly say that Coach Kalen DeBoer at the University of Alabama and Courtney Morgan and company, okay, are recruiting their tails off, blazing up the trails, so much so that currently, today, the University of Alabama has the #1 recruiting class for 2025. I'm just saying. And folks just assumed that Alabama will fall all the way off in everything after Coach Saban retired. They're quietly making this a very cold summer. That's the hashtag. That's the hashtag Courtney Morgan is using right now. It's cold summer. I love it. I'm here for it. He's like what is his official title? Oh, y'all put it in the comments, because I don't know. It's general manager maybe, of the football, program, but he is a force to be reckoned with. And I love it. And I'm here for it. So I can't wait for the football season to start. I can't wait to see what kind of team Coach KDB puts out on the field, and how they gel together, and, who starts in what position. Milrose, whole matriculation over the last, season, what that's going to look like into this season. I do believe that he will be a Heisman front runner. I do. I said it last year, actually. I mean, I love Penix. Don't get me wrong. I knew Penix was number one, but I felt Jay Millie could have been a top 3 in the Heisman, and I think he was maybe top 5 last season. But I even said it the year before when he didn't even really play at all. I was like, I think Bryce got hurt, one of those games, and he had to come in. I was like, Jay Millie is gonna win the Heisman one day. I just sensed that, So I'm looking forward to the football season. I'm looking forward to the basketball season, NCAA also, because we got Mark Sears returning. We got Grant return. We got folks just coming back. Like, we just reloaded. Like, we just created probably the first college basketball super team. What they're doing in the leagues, all the professional leagues, they're doing it in football, they're doing it in the NBA. I feel like that's what we have on our roster right now. It's absolutely insane, the roster. So shout out to Coach Nate Oates. And shout out to Coach KDB. Roll Tide. Okay, I know everybody doesn't like Alabama, but you know. When you come here, you're going to get some Bama talk. I don't know what the other teams are doing right now in the off season, but I know what we're doing, and it's daggum impressive. It's impressive what's happening. So, okay. Anyway. Let's see. NBA wise, I feel like the Mavs will win the finals. I think I tweeted Mavs in 5. I even did it like mid-game, from game 1, where they really, they made a huge comeback, but then let up and Boston won. But I think the Mavs were clearly tired from the previous series, whereas the Celtics were very well rested, extremely well rested. They had been at home for almost 2 weeks. They've gotten a lot of rest, so you can see the freshness there. Jason Kidd will make the adjustments. I still say Mavs will win. It may be more like 6 and not 5, because I don't know if they'll win 4 in a row now. I don't know. Kyrie was tired. Kyrie was sluggish, and I don't know. But I say Mavs still in 5 or 6. That's my pick on that. And I guess they play today. I don't know what time they play today, but I don't think I'll be able to see it today. But anyway, here's what I want to talk about this morning. Coach Carr coming through with a few keys. This is what we do. Life coaching. How well would you say that you pivot? I'd love for you to drop that in the comments. How well would you say that you pivot? What do I mean by pivot? I mean pivot in life. I mean, you're going one direction and completely have to do a 90 to go into a different direction because of circumstance, because of discernment, or because of, just you feel led that that's what you're supposed to do, and how well do you pivot? That's the question this morning. The power of the pivot. Because when the pivot happens, when you pivot, and go in a completely different direction, first of all, there's opportunity. There's immense opportunity for growth, right? There's immense opportunity not only for growth, personally, could be professionally, could be spiritually, could be emotionally. There's immense opportunity for growth. You've got to learn something new if you're pivoting in a completely different direction. Maybe it's a direction you've been before, but since you left and had gone in another direction, some things I'm sure have changed, some evolving has occurred, and you're going to have to study up. You're going to have to prepare yourself in a new way for that pivot. But the third opportunity that a pivot can provide, and I've probably said this before because I am a firm believer in the power of the pivot for this reason. It's the adventure that you will embark upon when you completely let go of your desire to go in one direction, and you're flexible enough to pivot and go in the other direction, y'all. The adventure, the excitement, the launch out into the unknown, new territory, new adventures, new environment, new people, new connections, new opportunities. It's all there. There's so much there. It's all there in the power of the pivot. But oftentimes, if you're like me, oftentimes we can get so tunnel focused, right? Have tunnel vision to where, because we have mastered this direction, right? We have mastered going in this direction, doing all the things that are required in this direction. We've made awesome connections with people in this direction. And sometimes change, pivoting, can feel like it's going to be a little bit problematic, right? It's a little uncomfortable. Y'all, when we get comfortable, that should be almost like a warning. That should be a warning sign to us. If we ever find ourselves in anything getting comfortable, that's your job, that's your relationships, that's your spiritual life. If you find yourself at all getting comfortable, let that be an indication. Let it be a warning that it's time to check in. Because what am I not listening to? What am I not stepping out on because I'm just comfortable? The power of the pivot. The power of the pivot brings excitement. New opportunities for growth. And y'all, it's all about the way we change our perspective and how we choose to view the pivot. I've talked about this also, that I've moved multiple times my entire life, which is a lot, and it is all new people, new school, new church, new neighborhood, new job, whatever. And it's learning to make that adjustment. It is learning to make the adjustment. It's the resiliency. It's the, am I going to learn what I need to learn about myself, right? About myself, not even what I'm going to. You need to study up on that and be prepared for whatever that pivot may, it may entail. But what am I going to learn about myself through this journey of this pivot? Y'all, that's where the magic happens. That's the growth. That's the caterpillar to the butterfly transformation. It happens within us as we shift our perspective in the pivot. So, today, on this Sunday, June 9th, in the year of our Lord 2024, I would love to encourage you. Check in with yourself, first of all. Check in. See where you're comfortable, right? See where you've literally been coasting, and just check in to make sure that that's still where you're supposed to be at that level. It may be time for you to press the gas a little bit, going in that same direction. But also check in to see if it's time to pivot. Make sure that you are hearing what you're supposed to hear, and you're not so set on going the direction that you think you're supposed to be going, right? Because who are we? Who are we? And we know the one who is in control of all things, who knows all things, and who created us for specific purposes. So let's embrace the power of the pivot, because that's where the magic happens, y'all. Within us. It ain't about anything external. Externally, that may have produced the pivot, but what happens with us, the magic, that's within us. That's within, and that's our personal journey and our personal development. And it's a beautiful thing, y'all. It's a beautiful thing when you surrender to it and embrace it. I love y'all. Thank you guys for clicking the like button. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for commenting. I would love to hear your thoughts on the power of the pivot and whatever else you want to discuss in the comment section. And thank you for sharing the content as you feel led to share the content. My name is Jocelyn Carr. Y'all stay winning and y'all stay free.